Hey everyone, Gaming Dad's here again. We are here to show you how to succeed at the Piggy Race. Someone asked me about a Piggy Race video, so I'm throwing everything together I know about it, putting it together here as recommendations and show some gameplay. First thing about the Piggy Race is it would behoove you pretty well to optimize your bases. The places you'd want to look would be logistics for your loot time, your multiplier. You want to maximize those. I think the multiplier is the one that you want to focus on first, and then the loot time shortly thereafter. You can see I've got everything thrown into those, which basically gives you a wider ×4 thing for the end of the round. And then for loot time, you can get up to 2.5 extra seconds of loot time. That makes a big difference. So that's recommendation number 1. Maximize those. It's going to help you out overall, and that's going to be a good setup for a Piggy Race. Next thing you want to do is look at the, I think that was logistics I just did, so arsenal. You want to maximize, in my opinion, first, the ultimate boost. That's going to make it easier to get your charge, to get your champions out, and I have a champion-heavy strategy for getting loot for the Piggy Race. So that's optional, or primary focus 1. And then extra champion would be the very close second place, because if you can get 2 champions instead of 1, why wouldn't you want to do that? I would not focus on super mob. I just don't get much success out of it, so I literally just pared that back all the way except for that 1 extra point there. So those 2 options, ultimate boost, extra champ. You want to look at those. It's worth noting that for teleport, if you like to play the lucky battle, then you can do that, but I don't focus on that for my Piggy Race strategy. So those 2 bases are the ones you want to focus on for your Piggy Race strategy. As far as defense, I wouldn't worry about that. That's really just going to be for like your income for passive stars and so forth, whatever you're not playing. So I'm not going to focus on that right now. So a couple things that are worth noting here. I am in the middle of a 2x, so if you look at the bottom of the screen, I've got the ×2. Huge. You want to focus on that as much as you can. Comes back every hour, so really for 15 minutes every hour, you're dropping in, playing during that time so you can maximize your loot multipliers. Right now there's an update in the app where you get the option to extend that multiplier time with skip-its. It starts off the first time with 1, and then it's 3, and then it's 5. And then after you spend that 5 skip-its, that's really, I think, it for 24 hours. So that'll help you, especially if you're in a tight race. Keep that in mind. Last thing before we start some gameplay, I would say boosts are going to be key for getting maximum loot. 10x and ultimate charge boosts are the one that I use quite a bit, and I'll show you that here in a second. And I will be pausing the ads, so you won't see that. I won't be showing the ads. I'll be pausing, so you'll skip over that part. All right. So before we show gameplay, 2 things to keep in mind. One would be direct attacks. Lower left, see the icon by the bell? This is by far the best way to get loot whenever you're playing a Piggy Race. Counters can get you a max of 480k bricks. Revenge will get you 360. So it has to do with the way that your shields are structured. If you have shields, you're more likely to get your counterattack option. If your shields are down, and they're just gone, you're more likely to get the revenge option. At least that's how I understand it. Y'all drop comments if I have that wrong, but usually you start off getting counters, and then as things get wound down, you're out of ammo, you're out of shields, you just end up with a bunch of revenges. So I'm going to do those first. Next, I'll do the Pinata round. For a Pinata strategy, I've got a couple of videos in my Pinata round mastery playlist. Check those out. I just posted one today for 2 million on a brick round with Syrian. So that's a very close second place. If you can get 2 million bricks, that's going to help you immensely in a Piggy Race. So anyways, let's get into some direct attacks. I'll show you one of those, and then I'll show you the Pinata round, and we'll try some different loadouts. Loadout-wise, Great Normie or Lootboxer are the ones that I look at the most. I was born and raised on Great Normie. Still use it from time to time, but really Lootboxer is what I've been leaning on a lot as of late since it came out. It's just a lot of fun to play with. So right now I've got a flamethrower, knight, Lootboxer, and I'm using the mobcopter for my loadouts. I find it much more consistent to use to get your 480k or 360 or 160 depending on what type of gameplay that you're using. So let's jump in there. We're going to do a counter. Shooting for 480 here. I'm just going to do the ultimate charge boost, and I'm going to pause that when the ad hits. All right, we are back, and we're going to go ahead and show you this counterattack. Let's get it done. Well, at least it's not bats. I hate bats, guys. Ugh. Lootboxer can be a nuisance sometimes if he changes resources on you. I like to do stars. If you find you're in a map that doesn't give you that many opportunities to scale up your champions, then you can definitely go with bricks. Kind of make things a little easier for you. Alright, let's get these stars and stuff out of the way. Now I'm holding off on my mob copter right until the end. That way I don't win too quick. And you know what? It looks like I probably won too quick anyways. But you get the gist of it. Get your loot boxer up as much as you can. Get your mob copters loaded in as best as you can at the end. And try to get for a 480k. This is raw and unfiltered. Looks like we got pretty close. I'd really be wanting a 120 right there. So if I get times 4, that's going to get me in the realm of like 460 or 470k. That works. So not bad, especially since I'm trying to talk while I'm doing it. Star load wasn't too good. You can get, in some cases, with these multipliers, 4 or 5k stars per round. That's pretty nice too. That's one of the reasons I like Lootboxer. Anyways, that's direct attack. Just keep doing that. I would highly prioritize doing those. If you got someone that's returning attacks back to you, you could literally just do an entire Piggy Race on the direct attacks, counters, and revenges, and you'll do well too. I can get anywhere between 5,000 and 6,000 lines on a Piggy Race. I've seen people get upwards 11,000, 12,000. I'm not there yet, trying, but I'm telling you, man, that's the way to go. All right, so we've done our direct attack. Now we're going to do the Pinata Round. Let's go ahead and get in that. Oh, you know what? For just proof of concept here, I'm at almost 3,000 lines, so, you know, I'm not number 1 in the nation or anything, but I'm holding it down a little bit. So just wanted to kind of put that out there like, hey, you know, put my money where my mouth is. I'm actually doing pretty well in a race. I've seen better again, but, you know, for what it's worth, these strategies do pay out. All right, so Pinata Round. For Pinata Round, you want something fast so you can maximize your damage, so I'm going to switch to the bat right now. I don't know what this round is, so we're just going to look and see what we got. I'll keep with Lootboxer. Oh, and before I do that, let's get something going on my base. You get, what, 150 stars for each one of those things, so keep them loaded. All right, let's look at the Pinata Round, see what we got. And, I hate this one. This is garbage. What I'm going to try to do is get a time at times 10 or 10x on the lower left, and then I'll probably do the ultimate charge and try to loot boxer my way through this one. And this is not going to be a high-scoring Pinata Round, but it'll be something. So let me get these boosters in place, and I'm going to pause it, and I'll come back when I'm ready. All right, in the interest of time, I've made a sacrifice here. I've got my 10x in the upper right. Not ideal, but I'm just going to demonstrate what's happening here. I think I can probably get in the realm of maybe 800k for this Pinata Round, so not horrible. I've done better. 2 million is the cap, but it's map specific, guys. The strategy for Pinata Rounds, if you get a good map with ramps on it, speed ramps, Syrian's way to go, and you'll easily get your 2 million cap. But here, you could use Great Normie, you can use Lootboxer. I'm going to use Lootboxer, and we'll just go straight up the right with a little bit of stuff to the left, but mostly to the right. And here we go. It's a very boring strategy. Bats will help you get as much as you can up there. Speed is going to be key here. And I got this idea from the bats from some other player that I saw online, and it worked pretty well for me. So, trial and error. All right, not too bad. We're getting up in the 100,000s. This is not going to be a stellar round, but it's something. Goodness gracious. All right. So yeah, this will get us about 800k if I get the 0.4, or I'm sorry, times 4. Called it. But, yeah, you can do better. But this will help. So that's the Pinata Round. Second place as far as your strategy for your Piggy Races goes. All right. I've shown you Lootboxer as well. I'm going to do some regular matches here. We're going to show you Great Normie. Because you may not have Lootboxer yet. There's a lot of you guys that haven't had a chance to get him unlocked. So the tried and true method of Great Normie, let's show you that. And it's map specific, so I may have to home in and out of a couple of rounds to make sure I'm getting what I want. I like to use a very strong, slow mob, and that is the knight whenever I'm trying to do that. Alright, so let's see here. You can use a weak mob, but if you're maxed out on all your mobs, like I am, If you use a bat, you'll win so fast you won't get any loot. It's just not going to happen. So that's why I go slow, and then I adjust my gameplay to make that work. Slow, so I have more time to build up a Great Normie mob. All right, so let's go ahead and try him out so you can see that. And this will be a good one. This will work. So let's go ahead and do the ultimate boost, and that's all I'll need. So let me just get that started. We'll pause for ads. All right, we're back. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to just go straight up the middle, no pipes or no craziness like that. And you know what? I don't have... I forgot my summon gate. So you know what? Hang tight. All right, so let that be a lesson to you. Know your loadout. Fortunately, I had the home key because I could not get you a max level with Great Normie and have the mob copter. You just win too quick. But I got my summon gate. I've done my ultimate charge boost. Got the loadout of flamethrower, knight, Great Normie, and summon gate. And we're going to go ahead and load this up here. Since this is regular gameplay, the max should be the 160. Since we're still on 2x. Although I've been talking for so long, I might have dropped it by now, but who knows. Yeah, so this looks a little rough, but eventually we'll get the summon gate and we'll be able to start blasting these guys away. These chickens are fast, man. Oof. Alright. Fortunately for the flamethrower, you got that flame that kind of keeps them at bay. I'm telling you, when you get back down, flamethrowers are the way to go. Alright, now we're going to get these things cooking. This may not be the best one in the world, but it's going to help. Alright. Come on, give me a bunch of summon gates at the end there. I only got one extra one, but I've seen 2 or 3 happen at the end, and that really helps get you your full max. It looks pretty good. I think we'll probably get 160 here. Oh, no, but I don't have my 2x anymore because I talked too long. So this will get me 80k if I hit the ×4. Alright, so, you know, I didn't get 160k here, but 80k, that's the max you can do in a normal situation. Great Normie, that strategy with the summon gate is going to be the best thing you can do if you don't have Lootboxer. Please keep in mind that map-specific stuff, if you get a board with a bunch of speed ramps and you're trying to use Great Normie, that is not going to work. So practice, see what rounds work best for you. I know that one with the 4 gates I just did. I've done that max several times because I play so much that I know the boards now. So learn the boards, learn the maps, and you'll know where you can get your maxes with your Great Normie. So that's Great Normie, and we'll just show you one more Lootboxer normal gameplay, and then that'll be really the prongs for this strategy for Piggy Race. And if you ever try to make YouTube videos talking and playing at the same time, it is not as easy as it would seem. I promise you this. Okay, so let's change the loadout. We're going to swap out for Lootboxer because he's awesome. And we're going to put Mobcopter back because really Mobcopter helps you get extra loot at the end, but it's more about, I'd say 80% keeping mobs off your back while you're trying to build up your Lootboxer swarm. Alright, so we're ready to go. Flamethrower, Knight, Lootboxer, and Mobcopter. We're just going to do one more regular play. Here's that multiplier thing I was telling you about. I'm going to save this for later because if it comes down to crunch time and I'm slipping, that can get you out of a jam. So strategic, saving that for later. But kudos to Voodoo Games for putting that out there. Pretty nice. And you can play for a little extra long if you're feeling like smashing some mobs. Alright, so we're on the Lootboxer loadout, and we're going to do the ultimate charge and then start smashing some mobs. So here we go. Pausing for the ads. Alright, we are back, and for some reason I do not have my ultimate charge boost. What happened there? Let's try that again. Alright, now we got the boost. That last ad, you probably saw it multiple times. I get nothing but that ad for Vivint right now. It's 15 seconds long, so I can't complain. At least it's not 30 seconds, right? Okay, so Lootboxer, let's get 80k. Get a nice slow mob attacking me, so that's always a good thing. Could be bats. I'm telling you, man, bats. Oh, God. So this is a heavy one, so we're definitely going to use our Mobcopter strategy to keep them off our back. Otherwise, we will be drowning. I'm going to double up on that, too. You may wonder why I'm not collecting my loot, trying to talk and play at the same time. Easier said than done. Ultimately, I want to get a mob, and the loot strategy, I do what I can. but I'm not going to do it at the expense of the brick loot. It's just my gameplay strategy. Everyone can do it differently. I should get 80k though. I think I've got a decent amount of loot boxers. I've done more. These straight lane boards, these maps are pretty tough to accumulate what you need. But yeah, it looks like I nailed it. The meter stopped at the end there. That's your 20k base. Get it times 4. All right. And there you go. And literally do all those 4 things over and over and over again for your your 2-day Piggy event race. If it's 36 hour, what am I trying to say here? 72 hours for your enduro, and that's how you win. You know, you're not going to get first place the first time around. I didn't, but I've gotten better and better as I've learned more and gotten used to the same patterns of attack. So to recap, we looked at the direct attack method, which is going to be lower left-hand corner of the screen. Good Lord. Do those first. Pinata round second. Bricks, really for Piggy Race is all you need. So the coin ones, I mean, do them if you need coins. Stars, I mean, stars is everything. So definitely do those too. But if you're looking for strict winning on the Piggy Race, Pinata round is the way to go. Then you want to focus on your loadout for regular gameplay. So if you don't have Lootboxer, then Great Normie is the way to go for maximum loot. Otherwise, get Lootboxer. Even if he's at a low level, Lootboxer is going to help you out quite a bit. If you're not used to him, probably use the blue one for the resource to get your bricks, and that will get you closer to your 20k max. If you're used to him, then you might as well go ahead and get your 20k and your stars at the same time, which is what I've been doing. So that's it. This is the longest video I've ever made. I believe I've covered everything that I'm doing to get well in the Piggy Race, and by the time it's all said and done, I should have somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000. I've been doing pretty well to hit that. I'm trying for 6,000 this time around. That would be a personal best for me. Haven't got there yet. I'm going to keep going until I do. So that is another victory for Gaming Dads. Drop comments, ask me questions if you have them. Otherwise, Gaming Dads out. Thanks.